Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Um, Today we're going to work on this portulacaria afra, or dwarf jade, as some people call them. This one has been in a couple videos before, but thought I'd bring you along on this maintenance prune. This kind of initially when I got this tree, it was a complete Y. So this branch here had an equal thick branch going out this way. So this side was, equally developed. But what I did, I liked the way this side was developing better, so I ended up chopping that whole branch off. And I thought I was going to grow it as kind of a slant, informal, upright. But then this cut point actually, shot out a new branch. And, I let it grow really long. It was just real skinny. It was about the thickness of this for a long time. But then over a year or two, it developed into a quite nice branch. So then I kind of changed the style till I've got this side here that's up taller, and I've got kind of a pad developing up here, and then I've got this lower branch that I'm developing into this pad. And my goal is to keep, if I can keep this pruned back and keep the vigor down, I want this branch to stay smaller so it looks kind of like a first branch, and then let this continue to be my trunk here. So because I don't want it to turn back into another Y to where this is just as thick as this. But anyway, that's a little bit of backstory on this tree. But today we're just going to do some maintenance pruning, take some of these shoots back. I don't know if anybody else says this, but when I cut these off, I'm like, well, that's a new tree. There's another new tree, but I've got plenty, so I don't think I'll be propagating any of these. I usually propagate the larger branches that kind of have a decent shape to them already, because I've got way too many trees now. These are so easy to propagate, it's kind of hard to not do it. I think that's the fun part. So back here I've got this branch that is kind of growing down. I could wire it, but I think I'm just going to get rid of it. And then, let this pad continue to develop back here. This one here is kind of growing into this branch, so I'm just going to take that back. Take this one back here. This one's kind of going back into the trunk, so I'll just take that back. So I like the way this is developing back here, because when you're looking at it from the front, once I get some of this cleaned off, it just gives depth when you can look past the trunk and see some more branching and green back there. Now that I did the initial profile prune on this, and now I'm going back in and kind of bringing it down a little bit more. Need some of these branches to grow out because I want this kind of to close in, or this negative space in here to kind of fill in with some of these branches. Just because I kind of want a complete dome canopy shape on this side, and then this one over here is just going to be more of just a small pad out on that branch. So that's what I'm shooting for. I don't know about this. I don't know if I need this one. It's just really not doing anything. It's really a bar branch to this guy back here. Because it'd be nice to have this one kind of be flat at this level and then develop the canopy on top, and then have this one over here. I just don't know if this one's doing much for me other than just being awkward. So problem solved. All right, let me start working on this over here a little bit. Like I said, my goal is to keep the vigor down, and I've got this branch is kind of going straight up, and it's almost and leaning back towards the trunk a little bit, so I'm going to take that completely off. Get that a little closer. There we go. And take these down. I need to come lower on that. Yeah, because these are really thickening up fast out here, so I need to keep these in check. Like I said, I don't want that vigor to get out of control and get this branch much thicker. I'm just trying to keep, I'm looking at, I'm trying to keep the distance here, so if I look at the edge of the pot, whatever that distance is, somewhat equal over there just to keep the balance. But I need to get more depth in this branch, which will come in time. Like I said, a year ago, that was just a little shoot about this thick, so it's really thickening up fast. Just really knock that back there so I can let it regrow a lot tighter. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I think I'm going to leave that length there maybe. Yeah. Take it back a little bit just so it'll branch out. Yeah, you can kind of see here. I would really like to get this space in here filled in to where it's kind of a nice dome, and then maybe a break in here, and then having this branch develop that pad. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. Just going to take these back a little more aggressive up here on top and let those go back out too. And then looking at it from the side, try to keep the profile kind of a dome here. I've got some space back here I need to get filled in too. I could wire some of these down, which would fill it in a lot faster. And even this up here, I could wire this branch down here to bring that down, and that would almost solve my problem pretty quick. I'll take a look at it from the front here if I can get my hand out of the way and just kind of see what that does. So if I bend that down, yeah, almost like that. I think I might, if I've got enough to tie onto that to make a little guy wire to pull that down, because I don't want to, it's pretty stiff, just as I can see what kind of pressure it takes to pull that down. So I don't know, I'd have to put really thick wire on there to get that to bend like that. I could put a guy wire maybe in here somewhere and pull it down. Or just let these kind of continue to grow and fill out. This is kind of going down here. I'm not sure if I like that. But yeah, this really bugs me. I keep going back and forth because I could let it go, and over time these will continue to grow out and fill in, but sometimes I get impatient. With a little wire I could solve that problem, because I could bend it down right there, and that kind of solves my problem immediately. But then I'm going to have that wire showing. But decisions. And even looking at it from the back, I could, that just really solves a lot if I could get that to come down like that. Anyway, I think I'm just going to leave it there for today. That's what I'll do. If I'm undecided on something, I'll a lot of times just not do it. And then, even though there's really no risk in doing this, it's not like cutting a branch off or something, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should I just take the long route and let it continue to grow, or go ahead and bend it and solve it, and then hopefully in 3 or 4 months I could take that wire off and have my branch kind of where I want it. I do like the way that looks when I bend that down. That's exactly how I want it to look, just like that. Well, for today, I think that's going to stay as it is. Take some of these back a little bit more, just maybe to encourage some more growth out to the side. We'll see. A little bit of pruning never hurts, just increases the ramification. So all right, I think that's going to do it for this one. So I'll give you a quick spin around so you can take a look at it. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. There's the right side. And back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.